new software. God damn you, Sarah.
Alright, we're good.
Good evening, and welcome back. Thank you for answering the call of the hunger. Last time we left off, a brave new intrepid adventurer has joined the party, courtesy of Wallaby Hiring Inc., has submitted his resume to the group, and now the Bull has answered the call, joining the likes of Ilya, Wretched, and Emery. And then you guys subsequently went shopping for the whole time. But some of you are woodland folk and needed to be shown the ropes of what this god-awful city has to offer, which ended up being not quite that terrible of a horde, as you guys ran into several new merchants, of which that you guys weren't familiarized with, but you went into, I think it was Harlan's Arms and Armor, and met a Jotun who looked like he had seen better days, however had some fancy new prosthetics, as he dished you guys out some new goods and commissioned some pieces of work for you guys. The rest of your guys' day was spent standing in line, at which point you guys were introduced to, so you guys finally met up with a guy by the name of, excuse me, actually I don't think you even caught his name. You met up with the secretary at AMO, and basically coerced and bribed your way into a meeting with a character by the name of Romagno, a creator for ammo, and then you guys went to bed. So in the morning of this following day, you guys have a meeting scheduled with Romagno to figure out what happened to Wyland. You don't know what happened. You know he came into the city. You know these guys have flyers put up asking, hey, we would like to basically study a centaur, which is what Wyland is. And that is where we left off. The following morning of the... and yeah. We'll go from there.
Oh, the other Wallaby was like, maybe leave later this day and you guys, you know, do my quest.
Yeah. You guys met up back at the Scarab, and you guys found out that, like, it's not free to stay here. I mean, you guys can stay here, but it's dangerous. This is a gang. And you managed to find your way to your rooms. You talked to Wallaby. Wallaby's good to go whenever you guys are. And yeah, now you guys are in the slums, ready to rock. Also, this morning, Wretch's armor should be ready to be picked up.
Perfect.
So, don't go naked, I guess.
I'm assuming we would go do that first, and then, unless the guy wanted us there, like, at the crack of dawn. He said, did he say something about right when it opened, or...?
No, he said he would reserve a time slot for you guys in the morning, like 9 o'clock.
Okay. So we can go pick up Wretch's armor first.
We're gonna grab my armor right away?
Well, you're naked otherwise.
He didn't take my old armor. Nobody wants my old armor.
Oh yeah, it was a custom commission, not a retrofit.
Yeah. No, my old armor is very old, very clanky.
Yeah.
It's about as useful as that rock I was carrying around for like 3 sessions.
Hey, that ended up being very useful fighting the Falcon.
It did. That was great.
Yes. It was a pivotal character for a short time, you know.
Hey, had a name.
Yeah.
Alright, so armor first, get our stuff, and then... Where did we decide on going, actually? Okay, we gotta go look for... We gotta go to the DMV.
Yeah, we gotta go to Ammo, which is the DMV.
Yep.
It's the DMV for body mutation.
Okay.
So, you guys, I'm assuming you go pick up the armor. While you're at Harlan's Arms and Armor. Sorry, is it Harlan? Oh, fuck it, whatever. While you are at his Stornhold, Harlan is at the other place. while you're at Stornhold's Arms and Armor, picking up what is essentially Katarina. If you've played Dark Souls, Austin. So the Katarina Knight, a very, very like bell-shaped, right? Designed to deflect stuff, right? Your man. If you guys could give me a vigilance check, that would be great.
Did Bull have something at the armor place too? Or were you just looking around for stuff?
He's got something else, yes. We're gonna get there.
Okay. Sorry.
Vigilance?
Vigilance. Well, go ahead and try it on. I would be remiss if you left with 2 sizes too small or too big. I know it looks like it's it looks like it's going to be too big, but it's designed that way. You'll see. Much more freedom of movement than you'd expect.
I got 2 success, 1 advantage.
5 and 1.
Good.
Okay. As he's fitting you up, what you happen to see in the back of his forge area, there's a massive work table that is set up on extra fortified legs. And on there, you see what appears to be some sort of gold and silver shining reflective surface. It is probably about 12 feet long and 2 feet high. And you can notice from here that it's some sort of like gizmo, some sort of engineered, it's got like articulating pieces to it. There's 2 of them. There's one and much more broken down array underneath the table itself. Can you give me a knowledge people check? Specifically,
you go from my best stat to my worst. Oh no! Wait, I put a point in this one. Hell yeah! Okay, a yellow and a green. Okay. Oop! Didn't matter. 0-2.
Okay. You're not sure what those are. Also, I don't think I've heard Andrew yet. Andrew, you're here, right?
I wasn't sure if you could actually hear me or not.
What did you get for your vigilance check?
1 and 1.
Okay, yeah. No, unfortunately, it just kind of blended in the background for you guys. But as Wretch is fitting on his Katarina armor, Stornhold goes, "Oh, if you have your axe, I can actually take it real quick. It shouldn't take me more than 20 minutes. I actually found a piece of an old cross arm that I can use for you. I beveled in the in-sleeve, so I can put it into place and pin it for you." Tibble.
Oh, I didn't realize you were talking to me.
When I look at you guys, it's all of you at the same time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We need to each get assigned a cardinal direction. You need to get very exaggerated in your movements.
That's not a cardinal direction. Which one of you gets east?
I don't know. It depends on how you have our screen set up, I guess. I'm gonna turn down the work for now.
He's basically saying he can do what you asked of him right now.
Oh,
and he has the
right now.
ready. Yeah.
How much did that cost?
I don't remember.
Was it 500?
It was. We'll call it 500 because you had enough for what you're asking for. And this will give you 1 defense. Note it is not 1 deflect. So it'll give you 1 melee defense, but not a ranged defense. That's why those numbers are side by side. They're not always the same.
I think it was down to whether or not Sarah was going to lend me the money.
I did.
Do you remember? Was it 500?
I don't remember, but I'll pay it regardless.
It's 500.
Okay. And I am dumb.
Now, apparently, Bull is going to be forever in your debt.
Yeah.
1 gold is 100 silver.
1 gold is 100, and it was 500
Mhm.
for this? Okay.
Alright, so you hand him your axe. He flips it over. He brings it back down to his workshop. He puts it in a vise, and he takes a long cross arm and pushes it down there, pounds it down into place, and then puts pins in it. And with that, you guys GTFO, yeah?
Yeah.
You said that was 1 melee defense, correct?
Correct.
I just require you to save my life at least like once or twice. That's all.
Do you know, Andrew, I did adjust your sheet because you had base defense that didn't exist, and I did go and look at your talents to make sure that those numbers are all accurate. So if they look different, that's because that's why. Those numbers should be correct now. Before you get your defense from your weapon. Anyways.
Concentrate.
Alright, group, who's taking the reign on this? And you tell me where you are going now.
Dustin, you got it, or do I? Because we're the two that went to the DMV, saw the line, and then pieced out.
I think I'll take the lead because I threatened them on accident.
All right.
Very confident now.
I mean, gotta take responsibility for scaring a minimum wage office worker.
Okay. As you guys are moseying through the streets, you end up passing through an area that has a temple in it. It is a temple to Scrot. He is the god of adaptation. And as you guys are passing through, there appears to be someone who is rambling along the street. He's kind of like shuffling as he does. And he's got these dirty rags pulled over his face. But you hear him say, "Blessings! Blessings! Do not turn down the opportunity! Go join the graciousness of that is Scrot! He has given a blessing to the fallen! The time of the flotsam is to come! As they leave their chrysalis bodies behind! You don't want to wait! You don't want to wait! Be one of the chosen!" Then he kind of looks up from underneath his cloak, and kind of like, as he's looking around, you see that he's blind. And so he's not really talking to you guys, he's just talking amongst everyone. But as his face kind of passes by you guys, I need you to give me a vigilance check again.
Two and one.
1 and 1 again.
3 and 4.
2 and 1.
Okay. Bull isn't really been paying attention to this guy because he's not speaking. He's just speaking crazy in a language that he barely understands. But as you guys walk by, you kind of look at him like, "What the hell?" And you see that as he's speaking and his eyes are wandering past you, one of them just clears up, and then he kind of like looks around for a moment, and then it goes black, like black. Whereas the other one's just fogged over, and he kind of like goes back to like, "Oh," and like scrambles and keeps moving.
Did you do that? Did like heal him for a second?
Well, that was uncomfortable for everybody involved, wasn't that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Hmm?
Does that happen to you when you channel your god? I haven't noticed.
I don't exactly have a mirror when I do it, Chief.
And that's very fair.
As you guys keep walking, he's rambling about. He's blessed me not once, but twice. He's given me vision in fleeting waves when my heart is at its lowest, and at its most doubtful, he takes it back. He tries me and he tests me. Soon I will be chosen too, and I'll take flight and I'll spread my own wings.
Can I try to cure his physical condition? Cure malady?
So, looking at him, he looks like he's got several issues. One is that his spine looks like it's going like this up his back. It's just like, it looks more like he had some sort of weird tapeworm under the skin than an actual solid spine. And then he's got the blindness. And if you look down, he's also got a clubbed foot.
I was going to go with the blindness thing.
The clubbed foot is actually of another animal.
Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like my
round.
problem, but the blind thing... The blind thing's the one I'll focus on today.
Okay. So he's kind of just like wandering, like he's walking. You what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna walk up and use Cure Melody. It says engaged yourself, so I guess I'm pretty much gonna walk up, just be like, "Hey, friend, just 1 second there," and like put my hand on his.
Bless you. Oh, I can smell by the. But judging by your scent, you are of the chosen kind. Us, our God, he's blessed me, most assuredly.
My God isn't a he, so little off base, friend.
Oh,
all right, let's try Cure this Melody.
What is that? All right, go ahead and roll. Is it hard? Sorry, it's based off the difficulty. Yep.
The difficulty is original or associated resilience check.
Yep. It's going to be a hard check to cure his permanent blindness.
All right. Well, we do have 2 yellow dice, 2 greens. And then I have a talent for this. Faith healing after casting heal spell can change 2 ranks to success from advantage or vice versa. Okay, cool.
3 threat.
Okay. Using my ability to transform 2 advantage into success, I now have 3 success.
And how much in no advantage?
And 0.
Okay. So
I rolled 1 and 2. With 4 dice.
Well, I rolled 3 threat. So, you raise your hand over him, and as his eyesight starts to clear, you go blind.
Oh, fuck!
And he goes, oh! And he sees you kind of like, and he goes, oh, most gracious misled one. It's okay. You've been given an opportunity in your week of will, praising their false idols. Do not turn towards Dahlia. It is Scrot who will bless you. Trust me, as I have. I have seen it. I have seen him come and take them from the streets in my visions. He has taken them down into the sewers, into his divine chapel for rebirth.
Can you describe the form that your god takes when he comes to the streets?
Kind of looks over. God, Scrot, he appears in all ways, in every way imaginable, and whatever is most suiting. He has taken the likes of us, of a humanoid, walking lowly in the streets, and he's turned his hand down, and I've seen him rectify that which ails them amongst us. Yes, he has entered the bodies of the fallen blossom, and through the black ichor of his blessing, they have been healed.
I want to turn to the party members who still have all of their brains intact.
My brain works, my eyes don't.
Well, you know, that's better than this guy's got going. So, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of sounds like somebody's coming to the streets and kidnapping people for experiments. And this guy occasionally gets his eyesight back and thinks that it's his god.
Not a bad theory. What do we know about Scrot? Like,
1 second. Give me. I gotta pull up the sheet so I know what stats exist. Skullduggery.
just curious. Yeah, I'm just curious if like it seems reasonable to like.
Yeah. So you give me a knowledge people check. Meanwhile, as Ilya is trying to intuit what this guy could be like talking about, what would that be? There's like an interpretation, investigation interpretation check.
Do 1 success for
What?
advantage on the knowledge people check.
1 success, 4 advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Oof.
Get on in there.
Sorry. There's a church to Scrot right next to you. You could go in and investigate, but
I don't know much about 'em.
Yeah. What you know is that, like, as a people, the Woolund have an affinity for him because you guys adapt to your environment. And as the god of adaptation, he's almost like the idea of evolution. That's about all you know.
I got, excuse me, 1 success, 3 advantage for investigation.
Okay. Seeing how fleeting his eyesight is, the fact that he's saying, my God comes in all ways and stuff like that, you might need to ground down a little bit more on the specifics with him, because he's got 1 foot on the planet right now, if you know what I mean. So it'll be hard to really be like, these are the facts coming from this crazy guy, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I trust his facts with my life. Also, if I could get a word in edgewise with the crazy man, is he still within earshot, or is he long gone?
Yeah, you guys kind of approached him for conversation, so he's still standing there.
Okay. Well, he doesn't seem like the most stable individual, so for all I know, he fucked off out a window.
Especially because you're
Okay.
blind.
Yeah. Hey, did your god happen to come by and take any centaurs down with him?
A centaur? I haven't had a centaur before. I'm sorry. Is that a new drug these kids are doing these days?
Half person, half horse. Keep up.
I'm not sure. There was no kneeing from the chosen that I could tell. There was just a baying and a gurgling.
Promising.
Well, a centaur has the head of a man, so he wouldn't neigh, to my knowledge.
Is the head of him?
So, when your god
Mannequin.
comes...
Kind of he's turning towards you, but his eyes are still just nowhere. And then,
What?
and then actually, no, he turns towards you, and actually, he kind of staggers a moment, and this is all so much. It's been years. Many a turn I have gone without my eyes. Scrot, I will dedicate my life to him. See? He's overcome.
Your Lord has sent us in his ways to cure your blindness. And we ask... we ask that you perhaps help us find those who are also blessed, and maybe it'll correct our path that we would not be so blind. In his guidance, if that makes sense to you. When you see your god, he comes and he adapts the chosen. Do you hear many voices as one? Is it only one voice when it speaks?
Give me a leadership check with double boost.
Ooh. Our
Leadership.
squad leader is becoming the religion leader.
Funny way to say making shit up as I go along. Oh goodness, that is awful. Okay.
Meanwhile, Vol is just confused as hell.
1 success.
Okay. He kind of buys that like this was a good omen, but he doesn't buy that you're like agents of God, like sent here. He thinks that it's more like a coincidence, right? Like he worked through you. But as
Well, that's kind of what I was trying to say.
right. Okay. So yeah, he goes. He comes not as a storm. He comes as a kiss on the cheek.
Hot.
There were many of us a kindred in my hovel. And he kind of points down an alley. He goes, my alley contained 6 of us, with which we called it home. Now, he goes, 2 succumbed to their operations from sickness or from pain that the creators brought on us out of our naive attempts to shed our mortal coil. But the 4 of us that remained, we grew together, and we attended Skra, the temple, in our hopes.
Not going to say this to the guy, but saying it to my team outside of game, just so you know that Wretch isn't a dick, but I am. Oh yeah, you really grew. You grew to be a weird shouter at the DMV. Congrats, my dude.
He
We all have our own path, Austin.
He picked the wrong one.
Well, when you have the club foot from another species, and your spine's all fucky, and you can't see,
You think centaur is a drug?
Yeah.
he goes.
Well, I mean, I was kind of thinking
I
about it.
cured this guy's sight, and he didn't so much as say thank you. And then when I went blind in his stead, he was like, "Takes one to know one, bitch." So I'm not feeling the best about this guy.
He goes. He goes to continue. He goes. A twillet ago. He goes. A half a twillet since. On a night graced by the stellarium, a great light came upon me, and I swear, after such a time, there were 3 of us. My friend was gone, and yet it wasn't to be over yet. I had inquired to my friends what happened to poor Belly. Belly, known for his warmth and his rather comfort and cuddling, keeping at night. He disappeared. No, he did not fall to the sickness as the others. But he had no legs. Just poor contraptions meant to replace them and make him taller, make it easier to hold up his girth. But his useless legs somehow bore him out of here. 2 days later, my other friend went missing. But this time, there was a noise. I heard it. There was a chittering. Not of many to get to, like you might think. It wasn't the Aetherwayloon coming to mug the downtrodden and despondent, no.
That's kind of racist.
I heard some sort of squelching. There was a moan from my dear friend, Tissy. Tissy moaned, but then it didn't seem like it was pain in the end. It seemed like it's changed. I called out to Tissy, but I heard her footfalls. She was running. Not screaming, no longer in pain. I heard her footfalls run, and one other. Slowly and surely step. That was my last comrade. It was Geestrom. He looked at Tissy. He said, "Tissy, Jesse, what happened? Come back! Then I heard it. He started coughing. I called out to him and he made no noise. He just moaned and cried. I held him and he went still. 3 days later, I was trying to find a place to pull him because the smell was mighty. And he fretted in my arms. He fretted like he was back again. My Eastrum. He stood up. And I could feel it. The life coursing through him. It was amazing. And then he did the unthinkable. He went up into the air. He ascended to the heavens, to the stellarium itself. He grew wings from flesh, and he abounds now with our Lord Scratz. And it is my turn soon.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a summary. Just a oof.
That is an oof angle.
Yeah, so they're kidnapping the homeless to experiment on them. And doing sometimes an incomplete and lethal job. And I don't... knowledge something? Maybe another investigation check to figure out what noise he's talking about? Would that be accurate?
Give me a streetwise check.
Give me a streetwise check, please.
Do it, or else.
Yes, Daddy.
Doesn't have
Bitch. 1 success, 2 advantage. Almost 3, but then it rolled over.
Well, I only rolled 1 threat, so what you gather from this guy and his crazy monologue is that something was happening and these people were going missing. But the night that like the last night we had 2 friends, it sounded like Tissy left of her own accord because Geestrom was like, come back! He then got probably like sprayed because he's like, whoa! And coughed and then went still for 3 days and started to stink before getting up again and leaving. Potentially into the air, which this guy just mentioned. This guy didn't have wings. So if someone's kidnapping him, you would have to somehow make these 2 parts fit in there.
One thing.
Well, I believe that the others were being kidnapped. Because that's what it sounds like to me, is he talks about them coming in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and that could be, I mean, we're in Lemoore, so it could be one of the mutators, creators. Sounds like they're taking people for experiments. Maybe some of them were offered something. I mean, you know, it probably can't get much worse than being a homeless person in Lemoore.
One thing, and I don't know if it's related or not, but I'm just going to mention it now. When I was talking to the people at Chettle Corp, there had been that contamination on that boat I rode in on.
Black spot.
That was pretty bad, but then they were saying that afterward they had all the bodies in the morgue, and then those bodies disappeared, and they didn't know who or why they would have been either taken or... I don't know if they walked off on their own, but it sounds kind of similar to whatever the heck this guy is saying.
Well, yeah, it could be a mutagen.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly good at stabbing things and making them unalive. But yeah, it sounds to me Yeah, if they left like that, it might very well have been a mutagen. Um, and the black spot that you saw in that boat was just a test run. And this Lemoore is much more congested. It's easier to get away with certain kinds of things, and you could very well disguise that mutagen as freaky Lemoore shit.
One thing I would
Um,
note for Emery is that you had the ship logs, because everyone on that ship died. The first ship. Everyone. And you had the ship logs and the research logs that something gurgled up from the bottom of the sea. A creature, like, bigger than football fields.
Yeah.
And that the ichor from that is what caused the black spot.
Yeah.
However,
Oh, because gods are like physical around here.
there were also logs when you're talking to some of the guys. Sorry, when you were reading through the logs, they suspected that people were dumping stuff into the lake.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Those things are connected for sure.
anyways, I just wanted to go back to, like, as far as you had some origins of the black spot, like, when they tried to figure out what the black spot was, they all died. So now that they brought people back and went to the research facility to get poked at, they all died too. And now there's also a ransom out for those bodies, the missing bodies.
Yeah. I'm gonna speak very quietly to Wretch to make sure this guy can't hear us. But just, do you see any signs of it's sort of like contamination, like a black spot, and I just kind of I'll go into more detail about what I saw on this guy at all. You'd be better at that than me, so.
I direct my head in your general direction and just fucking stare at you.
Shit. Sorry.
Woman!
But did you notice it before?
I didn't know, I'm sorry, that was...
What do you
Hey,
I
Blindy.
see? Nothing!
Hey, Mr. Two Eyes and No Sight.
I'm not taking that back. That's...
Wait, can we see that visually? If he looks... I know he's got a cloak on, but...
Oh,
I
sorry.
guess Emery.
Also, there was no notes of anything being dumped into the lake, because that wouldn't have ever been part of those notes. Those guys just went out to research the thing that surfaced into the water. So anyways, that's what you know.
Yeah.
Anyways. Dustin?
Oh, yeah. Can I see, other than his... Because we can see that he has a goofy spine, right?
Goofy spine. He's got like a weird replacement foot. It looks like it's from a different creature. It's got scales. And then he was blind.
Okay, so we didn't see any kind of skin discoloration that could be explained by him being a stinky hobo.
I mean, he's been hanging out in the basically the quagmire, the mud that the stilts goes up on top of. And so he's got a lot of discoloration, but like, I'm gonna need a medicine check specifically from Emery, so she's the only one who's seen the black spot.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. At least I have a brain. Let's see. Hey, 4 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. I need you to give me a resilience check.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that always ends well.
That's a bad thing to ask of me. 2 success.
Okay. Like, you kind of smell him and go like a little bit, and you kind of like manage to hold it down. But looking him over, he looks feverish, but no like obvious spot. You'll need to, in order to be able to like diagnose him more for the black spot, you'll need to like strip him down and like, because he's furry. Like you'll need to like pull the fur back. You'll need to
Wait,
shower
what race is
him.
Is he a rotten?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Totally missed that. That makes this a very different dynamic. I thought he was like a crazy old man.
He is.
Well, like human?
No, crazy old rat man.
Ah, okay.
So first one of you forgets I'm blind, and then the next one's like, I thought he was like a normal thing, not like a fucking rat monster.
Well, he said
He's kind
that.
of taking it from all sides today, which is fine.
No, obviously, Wretch, you are a beautiful, magnificent rat of Dahlia. This man is stinky and quite unaesthetic.
Quite honest.
Because he said something about you two being the same size, which confused me, or that you were one of the chosen, and I thought he was just making a dig at you.
Nah.
Anyways,
He was saying that
I
you were
wanna
one
get-
of the chosen because you became blind, and he thinks that you're being tested by his god.
no, but before that, he said when he was ranting about.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, okay. Oh, man. I guess I don't know enough about the black spot or Emery's experiences to kind of guide the questioning here, but yeah.
I think we should back away slowly just in case.
I kind of want to give this guy some silver to get him something to eat and to bathe and get new clothes or something.
Try not
Ow.
to touch him.
He lives in the slurry. It's toxic waste. He lives in a side alley full of toxic sludge.
So, not a stink you can really wash off, huh?
And he's a failed experiment, sir. He's got a rotten leg and a broken spine.
Well, I just don't like seeing the poor guy suffer. He didn't ask for any of this that I know of, and this is certainly a wretched way to live.
Go ahead, just, you know.
Didn't-
Oh!
That was completely by accident.
No, continue. It's fine.
I do not want to see him in such pain and misery that he did not deserve. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. How much would it cost for me to just give him enough silver to? I am like filthy rich right now. So
For 10
A
silver,
day worth of
10 silver, he could get a shower and a hot bath. He could get a new, shitty, but clean garment and a bed for the night with some food.
yeah, I'm gonna give him like 50 silver and say, hey, for the next couple days, I want you to eat and to shower and sleep outside of the sludge.
Yes! Yes! Thank you, good sir! Oh, it's the best day! It's the best day!
My goes to
Let Scrap be with you! Let him take you! Let him take you and bless you with adaptation beyond your wildest dreams! It's crying.
Yeah, and scrap be upon ye. Yeah, hand him the 50 silver and go back to my teammates there.
He scuttles towards the church.
Whew, goodness me.
All right.
So, he did mention where he has been too, like where he was living. So if you guys ever wanted to check back up, you can. Anyways, ammo.
Yep.
Okay. You guys make it there, and there's already a crowd. Even as the sun starts, even as the curtains start to close in the stellarium, and as you guys around the corner, though, you guys just cut past the line and go and like with the two of you who are really tall, you guys can see like above the heads through the door, and you can see like the teller who's in the building, at the front. If you guys wanted to shout out and try to barge through or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna point straight at the teller and mouth, "You know who we are." See how that works out for us.
Okay. He kind of like looks up and then like you see him like distractedly talking to the person in front of him, but like not breaking eye contact with the door frame and you guys in general or whatever. And like he like tries to like rush what he was doing along, and then like puts like a little sign on his desk, like closed or whatever, and like goes around and like starts trying to wave you guys past. And, like they're fine. They're fine. They've got a reservation to the people in the front. As they kind of like grumblingly move to the side a little bit.
Ilya, you're kind of scaring him, but it's working. God,
I guess.
I'd usually tell you not to be so rude, but look at that line.
Yeah.
Noel like scratches behind his ear a couple of times nervously as you guys come in, and he goes, "All right. Well," he goes, "All right. Well, Remy is waiting just inside that room over." He goes, "Remy, I can wait for you guys to be in meeting room 2 over there." And there's just like a very stark plaster wall with a couple of wooden doors set into it. You see one that's got a 2 above it. There's only there's usually four chairs. I'll go grab a 5th chair. And he kind of goes over and opens the door and like ushers you guys in. I mean, it's just this like there's like a desk, 2 chairs. 2 chairs in front of it, 1 chair on the opposing side, and just 1 in the corner. And he like scurries off. A short time goes by before you hear talk behind the door. He goes, "Oh, they're asking about." He goes, "Well, they're asking about what? They're asking about a centaur. If you could just give them any information that you have." But anyways, I'll let them do the rest. And he kind of opens up the door, and as he opens up the door, you see like this gentleman, very, how do I put it? He's very, very tall, but for those of you who've played Overwatch, Sigma, if you've seen Sigma, very narrow features. He's got a little bit more broader of jaw, more like Hitman, that guy, like Mr. Clean almost. Very, very tall guy with sunken eyes, with these dark bags underneath of them. A very shaven head, very well put together. He looks to be wearing some sort of it's almost like a medical lab coat, except it's cut to the waist instead, so it's closer to like a blazer. It's still a simple cloth, but it looks like it's got like almost like an oil coating on it. It's probably waterproof or something. He kind of steps forward into the room. He's got like tweed slacks. He kind of looks from one face to the next. Are you guys all just in there sitting down? One of you standing as I'm assuming Bowl is standing in the corner. The secretary brings a chair over and goes, "This is for you." And he sets it down, like backs out and shuts the door. Standing in the doorway, just through the doorway, is this tall man, Romaniel. His hands are straight down. He looks about the room, slowly turns and walks around the table, scoots the chair out, sits down. You've asked for an audience?
Indeed we did. We are looking for a centaur who may have volunteered for some experiments in the city, responding to some flyers. Wyland, right?
Wyland, no D.
Wyland. Yeah. Centaur by the name of Wyland, who came from the south of here, I believe from the woods. We were wondering if you had seen him lately or if he came to sign up and was turned away. Anything the last time you saw him?
I had 3 responders to my flyers. None of them were by the name White. All of them were in the past 4 days.
Were
So,
any of them centaurs, or
No. No, they were not. I am looking for a centaur still. If you happen to find your friend Wyatt.
does he seem like he's telling the truth?
Give me a interpretation check.
4 and
This guy looks very well put together. Very hard to read. But you notice the kind of like the irritation at the fact that like everyone who responded to his flyers had no business responding to his flyers. So you see him like kind of like just a small like crinkle of his hand on his tweed pants when he says that. That makes you think that none of them were in fact centaurs. What you also gather is that he's being deliberate with his words, right? He probably knows more than he's speaking, but you are asking very specific questions, so he's giving very specific answers.
of
The people that responded to a flyer, none of them were centaurs.
Okay. Have you seen a centaur come this way? You encountered one even before your experiment?
I have seen centaurs a few times in my life. That being said, I have not had the opportunity to examine a centaur. I do believe I could be of further assistance, helping you find your way down the rabbit hole. But I am not one to present an exposure to myself needlessly, nor am I one to violate patient confidentiality, nor the trust of my peers needlessly.
What
All right.
would help
Well, I
assuage
understand
that
and respect
for
that.
you?
Having a solid set of ethics is the cornerstone of being a worthwhile man. So our concern, I sincerely pay no mind to what went on here unless it tells me if he's in good health, and to make sure that we can help him find his way back home. So, and even if we did have all the information in the world to how to put this? Well, that's my goal. That's our goal as a team, as I've stated it, is to find him and make sure that he is safe and that he can come home if he chooses to. The details of what modifications he may have undergone or what experiences he had here are not really any of our concern unless they interrupt that goal.
The Association of Mutagenic Operations is a foundation set up as a holistic endeavor. Our competitor, Ansel Brothers Corporation, is a for-profit structure. In order for the Association of Mutagenic Operations to be of service to the community, we must stay at the cutting edge of science. Unfortunately, there is a latency to what we are able to do with our lack of funds.
Oh.
And we find ourselves following our competitor and find ourselves following them rather than competing head to head. It is through our public outreach, however, that we find our greatest strengths. Therein lies a potential symbiosis, assuming that your statements are in line. Sorry, that your statements are not fraudulent. I have what might be construed as a lead on what potentially occurred with your friend Wiley. One second, let me just double check something real quick, make sure that I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Okay. My lead is an informant within Ansel Brothers Corporation, of which I was informed that I should pursue the current research project that I am on in order to maintain compatibility with our opposition. I can put you in touch with my informant, but at a cost.
And what does that cost?
One would be for you to sign a writ of confidentiality. Two would be that we have an opportunity to study non-invasively Wiley.
Okay. So I can sign the confidentiality agreement. Again, I want to stress that we are very focused in our goal and have no intention or need to break that confidentiality. But I will not stop Waylon from consenting to a non-invasive study. That is the most that I can offer. I will not hinder that action anyway, and I might even suggest it to him, but it's at the end of the in the end, it is up to him.
I'm afraid you might be mistaken. You see, everything here is done properly. Wylan is most likely not abducted, although he could be being held against his own will. If you were to attempt to find your friend, it would be within your interest to find his legally binding documents as well. I would ask that you pass those legally binding documents to us. That way we may study those in an effort to help dissolve the metaphysical holds that our competitor may or may not have on them. if he has signed documents and is being held because of the documents that he has signed, it is no longer within his right. Freedom is no longer within his right outside of the scope that which the documents allow. Our request is to expand upon this as well. Once again, we are a charitable organization here to help. Here to help the civilians of this city-state. You do understand that we must tread carefully unless those with more than charity at their disposal, charity and good graces, decide that we are more of a problem than we are a benefit to this community. Of course, you're more than willing. Of course, we would be more than willing to sign an opportunity to study each and every one of you and put that on as a hold, barring Wyland's graciousness. In that, if he doesn't want to come in for study, then we have legal right to study the four of you. You see,
Out of character. This sounds like we are robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because my issue is not with the... what's what I'm looking for? Even if these guys are on the up and up, people get legally screwed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be against my character to sell this guy off using legalese.
Yeah. I'm on the same page. I don't know about other folks.
he looked at you guys from eye to eye.
Wait, we were trying to talk just...
I was going to give you a little bit more information that would help you with this.
Yeah.
With that. He kind of looks at you guys, sensing the unease of like the word study, because everyone thinks I'm going to get probed, ain't I? And he goes, understand, judging by your apparent skill sets, our interest is not in studying two Willund, a Norn, and a Rat. However, there is competition amongst creators in the Crucible. Our hope would be that you can help us undermine our competitors through your combat skill in the Crucible, which would be equally as advantageous to us as studying the Centaur.
What's the Crucible again?
The Crucible was what that kind of guards try to tell you guys to go to. It's basically a gladiator ring of sorts in town.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty good at murder.
I mean, that's more up our alley.
Yeah.
So we could do that and not give up Wyland or sign Wyland to something
Correct.
he doesn't want to do.
But either way, this guy needs something from you guys in writing that is binding, because he's going to put you in contact with his informant, which is dangerous for both the informant and himself.
It's just funny to me how he was worried about, putting himself in a sensitive position. He's like, hey, you want to do some corporate espionage?
Yeah.
I mean, he still put himself in. It's what you get in writing, right?
I'm cool with that. With Gladiator Ring, I guess.
As a contingency, yeah. And I would try very hard to convince Wyland to let them take a gander at him in a more favorable position to himself.
Yeah.
And I think he makes a fair point that I'm willing to put my own, what's what I'm looking for? I am willing to put my safety on the line if it means I don't have to violate my principles and I can help somebody out. But I'm gonna put it to the party and ask them, like, hey, I'm willing to fight in the Crucible if it really comes down to it, but I know that I won't be doing that alone, and it's up to you to make that decision for yourselves.
I'm down for a scrap. Just point me at it, I suppose.
And it's called the slag
Turn
grinder,
towards
sorry.
it.
So if I know I put it on the map as slag grinder, which is really what it's called. So if that was why you're confused, that's what it is.
Gosh dang it, Jersh.
Ooh, technical words.
You just have to swing the rattan around with his bong stick at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The not-so-human mace.
So you guys are comfortable with that?
Andrew,
Yeah.
are you cool?
I've never known a bull man to not be okay with violencing.
I saw your mic chime, but I didn't hear anything, Andrew.
I'm thinking about how to dialogue this.
Okay.
I'm to shy away from a fight, and if it's humans, even better.
You've really got a thing, don't you?
Yeah. I'm half offended at that. Half ambivalent.
All right. Now, just for now for writing this up, as he starts writing out a contract, essentially, he goes, we are partial to either organic. So he goes, we are partial to either inorganic or augmented bouts, but not organic. The difference being an organic round in the slag grinder says is no metals, no armor, no weapons, no augments. The fight ends when someone is incapacitated or you forfeit your winnings on a kill. And you forfeit your winnings on a kill.
So no killing.
This is the one that we will not be including in this contract. However, you have the options of inorganic, which allows you the use of metals, such as weapons and armor. And a kill does not lose your winnings. However, it does ban magic, onyx, and enchantments. Additionally, augmented creatures that have been through a creator's hands and have metal linkages are allowed.
Wait, so I can't use my sword?
The other option is an augmented fight. An augmented fight allows the use of magic and enchantments and onyx. Who you fight will be up to the arbitrators at the slag grinder. But for the purposes of this contract, we will not settle for an organic combat. You must choose between inorganic and augmented.
So when you say no enchantments, that would mean that I can't use any enchanted weapons or armor?
Yes, and the two casters in the group would not be able to cast magic.
So probably not a good idea.
Yep. Augmented or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, anyway. I don't know
And I
if we
can
each
kill
choose
Onyx.
individually or not, but
You may also sign up individually. But
can we fight as a party?
you can fight
the
as
weakest person.
right, but like if you wanted to do like a 2-2
Two.
or something like that, so like the casters go in and fight other things that can use magic. You know.
Sounds spooky. I like fights a lot better when I'm the only one doing mysterious mumbo jumbo.
That's fair. I like to have a well-rounded party in a fight, so I lean towards us sticking together. That's just my vote. And doing
Sure.
the magic fight, augmented fight.
It seems fine. The augmented fight would be preferable to Wretch as well.
Very
Yeah, I
well.
don't
An
have a
augmented
choice.
fight it is. And what kind of
From
timeline
the-
will we be working with?
What was that?
A what?
And what kind of timeline will we be working with?
Well, we have to go with Wallaby, don't we? Like soon. That's gonna take some time.
Sooner the better as far as that goes. If we're trying to get information.
Like
No,
right
but I
now.
mean, for us to get the information, sure, but for us to make good on our promise, that's going to be some time.
I'll put you down.
Wallaby has a. One more time?
Yeah, Dustin's saying we got to go get Wallaby probably before we do this gladiator thing.
So you
Or
guys are going to
even-
go to the woodlands before doing the gladiator thing?
Don't we have
Well,
to?
that's what he's saying.
He's asking.
So I thought Wallaby.
you can go
had
to
a time
Wallaby's at the
sensitive-
Scarab right now. You can tell him. You can go and tell him like, "Hey, we need to stay in town a little longer."
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that he had a time sensitive thing going on in the woodlands.
I mean, everything's time sensitive to a degree. There's a war about to break out in the woodlands. So, like, every day that you guys wait is another day that things could get worse.
Yeah, so the question is if we want to take a little extra time to try to help save this one centaur guy, or if we want to kind of hold this for later, knowing that he's a missing person at the moment. And that's a little risky, and like go do the more bigger issue or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like those are definitely mutually exclusive, being several days apart journey. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright.
Back of the room from Bull, he's kind of back there stretching his arms and stuff out, and he's like, "Now, just to warn you guys, if we get in a fight, you can't be anywhere near me and my enemies."
Okay.
I'm
This is
not
fine.
planning to get between them, you and them. Just if you see like a little twig creature, those are usually friendly, not enemies. So
I can make the preparations at the ore grinder myself. I'll just need to put down a night that this is due by. I imagine that you will be trying to get your hands on your friend Wyland within the next 2 days? Or are we talking within the next twillet?
1 second. What's your thought, Austin? Because I know that you had originally had a vested interest in following the quest line, but I don't know if
I mean,
Let's just
feel
do it right
like-
now.
I feel like Wyland's
Yeah.
a little time sensitive because he's getting
Yeah.
his probe on every second that we delay.
yeah.
I'll just go ahead
Let's
and
say-
put down by the 16th twillet. That's 22 days from now.
No, could we do
Within
this?
that.
Can we do the sooner the better?
Absolutely. As he goes, when you bring back Wyland, once you have hands on Wyland, we'll confirm a date at the ore grinder. I'm just putting down here that you will complete the contract by the 16th twillet.
Oh, I thought we had to do this first before.
If you do not complete this contract by the 16th twillets, we will invoke. Where is that? We'll invoke the collectors to detain you.
All right, fair enough.
the harvesters.
We good? We're good.
Now, where you'll be going is the executive district. He pulls out another envelope. This one is unlabeled on the outside. And he pulls out a small card and puts it down and writes, he goes, I will need the names of each and every one of you.
Wretched, brave, and tail.
He goes through and
I'm back.
he basically just asks for your guys' names. He puts it on the contract and he puts it on a letter and seals the letter.
Okay. Okay.
Signed away our souls.
This is for you. Go to the executive district. There is a guard at the post who will that you must ask for by name once you get there. His name is Darren, and
Oh, Darren.
and once he greets you, ask for the right of Scrot.
Heard that name before.
It's just a passphrase. He will guide you guys to a storage facility. There you'll be picked up by another party, and they'll take you to my employment. Keep this envelope on you at all times. Give it to the informant.
Okay, thank you. I'll take it. I'll keep it safe. I might lose it in my bag, but it's just filed away nice and safe-like in my fanny pack.
So you've decided to do that first?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't feel super comfortable leaving a centaur to be experimented upon. It felt a little more time sensitive.
Plus,
Yeah,
if he's willing
yeah.
to be studied, then you don't have to do the crucible. So the
If he's still alive.
Yeah. There's that.
There's less of a chance he's still alive every day.
Yep.
That is very true. So less of a chance that it's even a concern, because I mean, if he's dead, you can't really experiment on him, or you can't examine him. So, sound logic, I think. Yeah. All right, let's get down to business.
With that, you guys head off and traverse the city to the executive district. There, you guys are stopped pretty quickly by guards who seem to be very familiar with a lot of the folks in here. They're wearing a much more higher class armor, and as you guys are approached by them, you guys request to speak to Darren. But then, upon exchanging the conversation, they bring you to a back alley. There, a onyx turns around and enters the alley. Looking at you guys.
We used the passphrase, right?
Yes.
An
In the
onyx.
This dead-faced, hulking... Well, this one is pretty lean, so to speak, as far as onyx go. This dead-faced thing stops in the alley and blocks the way out. Standing there still, a few seconds goes by. Before he approaches, it says, "Follow me," and walks right past you, further into the back alley.
Perfect.
He moves. As he approaches the back of the alley, there's a dead end made of stone. He presses his palm to it, and as he pushes, his hand seems to push the whole stone wall away. He continues to push and walks forward, and as he does, a passage opens up on his right-hand side. He turns and gestures for you to follow it.
Man, I hope this Onyx doesn't recognize us. I don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I think it would have been an on-site thing if he recognized us.
No, this would be a great way to kill us. Just
Uh,
right into the stone, all encased.
I mean, I've got a stone cutter, so we're good.
All right.
You guys walk into a dark stone hall, but light is emanating through the like. If you're looking down, it's coming from the side at the far end. Following it in, you hear the stone slide back behind you, and the onyx follow you, and you enter into a waiting room. It appears to be there's a table set. There are cups of tea out that are hot, as if whoever had prepared it, expecting you to arrive at the time that you had.
Ooh. Smells good.
Walking in, you hear down the hall of this pretty brightly lit space. There's like a big viewing window on the far side that light is coming through, causing a sheen over, so you can't really see beyond. But you hear a woman with a stout voice, determinedly speaking. Not that one, this one. I want it more beige. More beige. That's cream. And as you guys hear this, you hear, what? From? Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. Okay. Go get it, and I'll figure it out later. You hear a pitter patter of footsteps coming in your guys' direction. Coming into coming into the area is a short female figure. Where is my... oh my gosh. One second. Okay. The figure that enters into the space before you is a Pelargir dwarf. She's got bright white, what's the color? Lavender hair. And almost white pupils. They're so blue. They're like so pale blue. And she's got a faint mustache. That's kind of like, it kind of goes here and then kind of wisps down. So it's not quite a handlebar mustache, but it's more of like she grew out the sides a little bit. I think of almost like one of like those like old school Chinese mustaches with the long parts on it. She walks in. Well, old Remy's up to something again, isn't he? Go ahead. It's not poisoned.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I help myself to some tea. So, lovely place you have here.
Thank you. It's relatively dirt-free. But that's not... I said, but that's what you came for, isn't it? Dirt.
Good. That was good. Yeah.
In a matter of speaking, I suppose.
Emery,
Hmm?
you have a letter.
Yeah. I don't know if you
Pops
know
it out
not,
of your hand. Starts opening it.
Wow.
All right. This looks like you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah. Boswell, take the card. He takes the card, and he like puts it in his like little slot, almost like a coin slot mouth, and you just see the cards disappear.
Wait, weren't we supposed to keep that? Or just till now?
Just till now. Congratulations. All the bells and all the hoops have been jumped through. For now. Remy's gonna owe me big for this one, isn't he? You can tell. What is it that you're looking for?
We are looking for a centaur named Waylon.
Okay.
And he came into town, and we believe that he has been taken. He may have a legal binding to this company, and want to know where he is, what he's doing, how to get a hold of him, that sort of thing.
Shit. Oh, Remy.
All right, she's happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, here's the thing. Wylan is in deep trouble, if he's still alive.
Good start.
Now, normally, A and B Corp, while they're not my favorite, I mean, there's a reason why I have this site here. Normally, they're not straight from Motleti itself, if you know what I mean. Except for a few of them, right? I know that Twibble was seen with a centaur because he's been ranting and raving about it ever since his subject was taken from him. Problem is that the whom that took him is blacklisted. However, that being said, I happen to have good information. I have very good information. Might cost you.
It always does. Okay, what do you want?
Looking at you guys, I'm sorry, but you don't look made of money. This is probably going to run you 10 gold.
Ah,
Oh, yeah, I got that.
I don't.
Well, looks can be deceiving. You
Wait,
see-
hold on. So, we got 25 gold a piece, right? From those bars?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have-
Yeah, then I do have that.
I do have some of that, but I'm about that price though. Can you prove that it's worth 10 golds? That's a pretty hefty price.
Honey,
That is quite a hefty price, more than many people see in their lives. And we will. We are on a mission, and we are a determined and stalwart group. But I want to know that this sum has some guarantee that it's going to lead us directly where we need to go.
roll me a negotiation check. Anyone can roll it. Either of you can roll it, but the other one can give them a boost, or you guys can stack, right? So, like, if one of you has a high presence and the other one has points,
Josh,
then you guys can.
quick
max
question on this one.
Yeah.
I do have the ability of fearsome. Can I give her the evil eye to help with the negotiations?
That would be a coercion check. I'll say that. Are you going to you can attempt something like that? You can attempt to loom in if you want.
attempt to look
But I'm going to need you to commit to...
not threatening, not necessarily a threatening manner, but more like a, hey, I'm also here.
I have no ulterior motive. I just want to be seen.
He notices your presence. We'll start with that.
Yeah, why don't you, like, flex your muscles a little bit? Like, if you could do the, little shuffle.
Well, everywhere Bull went, he was standing in the dark corner.
Well, she does have an onyx with her, so I don't know about size intimidation because I think they're about the same.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask Josh about that. Do you have a model for the Onyx? Because I don't know what they are as a player.
Onyx looks like a stone golem, except they're of varying quality. Some of them are stone, some of them are made of metal, some are mixed of mixtures, some of them have crystals in them. Most of them are inlaid with silver, platinum, and gold that has been enchanted and infuses them with magic. Some of them in this area have had augmentations done to them as well, and typically they run at 8 feet tall.
Okay.
There were some that they fought the other time that were Iron Men, essentially.
And I don't know if this would change things or not, but the skill level of it is fearsome 2, so it'd be a level 2 check that they would have to pass.
Yeah, I'll note that you are scary looking for now.
Okay.
But that is really more of a combat mechanic. You'll need to tell me what you do in the social setting.
Well, I was just talking like thematically, like possibly add a boost die or something.
Yep. So did you guys roll yet?
I only have 2 green dice, so I don't know if you have a better.
I have a green and a yellow.
Okay, I'll give you a boost.
Okay.
Roll 1 extra boost die.
I rolled a triumph and 2 success.
Damn. Roll a boost die for Mr. Muscles in the corner.
Plus 1 success. So,
Yeah.
triumph and 3 success.
She kind of looks you guys over and goes, alright. I can tell you're fitting to do something nefarious, right? But the folks that you guys are stacked up against scare me more than you. Let's just put it that way. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You guys look like a pretty industrious lot. You're gonna need that where you're going. Wylan isn't just a patient anymore. He's not even a subject. He's in a very dangerous place. The blacklisted folks go to black sites.
Oh, goody.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I know which one. And I know how to get you in there. Alright? Is that pretty comfortable news?
It would be if you weren't saying it funny.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to explain those circumstances that won't make it seem sinister. To be favorable to the dwarf. Damn. Okay, so Waylon is in hot water at a black site because he was a subject and...
Listen, I don't know much about Twibble's experiments, but he's a rather alright guy. What I do know is that the site that he went to for A and B, it is secure. And I know that, let's just say, some other figures that make plays in the city have a finger in that pie.
That's unsanitary.
Twibble says that
Yeah.
they just up and took his subject. So, someone either has seen a centaur before, or they think that it's pretty valuable research.
Do the Brawn
What is
have
Now, we don't need to be talking about the bronze here. That's not going to play too much of a role.
Okay.
You're asking
It's
about
important to know.
Wyman. And she kind of like glances towards her partner, so to speak.
Okay.
We keep to the narrow confines of this interaction. I've got information on the on A and B Corp. I can get you in there. 10 gold. Well, 10 gold was the fee for... Alright. She stops herself. 10 gold. 10 gold.
Okay.
fine? I'll divvy up 5 if you had the other 5.
Yeah.
What else?
When
I'm a little broke after burning it all in armor. Sweet, sweet armor.
Yeah.
My new stick and fanny pack didn't really cost me that much, so.
Yeah, I got a.
I am currently negative 5 gold.
Fine, just save my life.
Alright. She kind of looks at it, looks up at Boswell. She takes 5 gold out of it and throws the other pack, throws the satchel to Boswell. Boswell, usual Bay 7 of the Bushman storage facility, right? Kind of looks. Yes. We'll take them to this. We'll take them to the to Bay 7 of the Bushman storage facility. He goes, there's some crates that you're gonna find there. Why don't you guys each find yourself a crate? Hop on in. Probably 2 of you to a crate. They'll take you in. They're going to be getting you in towards the animal pens there. I don't know what happens after that. I don't deal with that facility. But let's just say I've had one or 2 times where I had to sneak something in or out of that place. This is the best way to do it. Once you're in, you're in. The place is pretty big. Like I said, I haven't stepped foot into there. I do know that it's a couple of stories though. They also kind of laughs.
One second. Could we back up just a hair? What is like a black site?
A and B has a front. The majority of our work is published and put on display. Creators have their subjects, their art, and most of those models, we call them, help run part of the business, marketing, so to speak. There's other things that we do through A and B Corp that we call the dirty work. It's not meant for public eyes. That's the stuff that happens at black sites.
And
All right.
where's this black site?
In town.
Non-specific in town.
1 second.
It's not in the mountains, which is good.
Yeah.
There's actually a spot. I think.
It's easier to plan how to get out if we know where, right? That's all. Don't want to be surprised when we accident.
Yeah. She goes, you make your way up towards, let me see here quick, let me pull up the map for you.
Causing trouble.
I just gotta remember all my geographical terms. You make your way up towards Agatus. You'll pass by several smokestacks. There's a particular mountain featured there that's roughly hollow. The facility abuts it, right? So you guys are going to be up the mountain in this general direction.
I didn't see a marking.
Oh, it's because I'm not on the right. It's up here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very close to bad territory for us, but there's no turning back.
Yeah.
We're $10 down now. We gotta go.
Forward,
$10.
forward adventures. Yeah, when's that blindness gonna clear up?
Oh, the blindness would have cleared up after the conversation with Romagno.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
We kind of need you to see.
Nah.
Been holding
Just
your
kind of
hand.
spin around in a
eating.
circle with the hammer out. Hope for the best.
So, you guys are going to Bushman's Farm storage facility, hopping in some boxes and being carried to the black site.
All right.
I have so many questions and no questions at the same time. I don't even know what to ask. So, I guess we just take it.
I'm ready to
I
just go
hope they
hop
have
in
some big
and see what
boxes.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of bull man for to be two to a box.
Do you know
Well, I
anything
guess-
more about the whoever took our friend?
Like I said, Twibble is an honest man. He's a bit naive, but excited and does good work as a creator. That is. Wyland probably would have been fine. I don't know who took Twibble. Sorry, who took Wyland from Twibble?
You just know where he is.
There are. She kind of looks up at the Onyx. Boswell. She looks up at Boswell, who kind of does one of these towards her. She kind of give me a. What would that check be? It would be a interpretation check. You could also do.
I'll do an interpretation. check.
Streetwise. Anyone here? Sorry, everyone here.
4
Give
and
me-
1.
Give me one or the other.
Oh. Streetwise 1-1.
3 and 1. Streetwise. Oh yeah, investigation.
Yep. So I got a 4 and 1, a 1 and 1, and a 3 and 1. Andrew?
I'm having trouble finding the skill.
Far left side, about halfway down.
There it is.
Or at the one at the bottom.
Or streetwise at the bottom. Yep.
Oh, investigation or shoot. Okay, they're both the same roll. 1 and 2.
Okay. Emery and Ilya. You look like that she has more information. The look that her and Boswell exchanged is like you've scratched into dangerous territory for valuable information, but the next level of information that they have is going to take a significant amount of money.
Fair enough.
Yep.
There is
Yeah,
more
it's
than
not our business.
they kind of looked at each other and were like,
That'll cost extra.
more like they were nervous.
Yeah. No, I know.
You know?
So it's the onyx. It had something to do with the bronze.
Maybe. Or it's
I would
somebody high up
think.
that they're of their company, but they don't want to.
Are you guys going to attempt to slide more money across the table?
No.
Going in blind then.
All right. She kind of looks at you and goes, "Hey, while you're touring the Black Saints, feel free to poke around. Maybe you'll find answers there."
Great.
Someone leaves a Braun's business card, or someone drops the driver's license,
Yeah.
something.
All right.
All right.
Boswell gestures. He goes, "All right, well, have fun, and we never met."
Tenfold. Thank you.
Boswell takes you guys into the. He gestures for you guys to head into the tunnel.
I head on down that tunnel.
Okay. You notice that it's still black on the other side because he hasn't actually opened up that side, but he closes the back of like where the room was. So now you guys are in a completely trapped, pitch black tunnel with him, and you can see now, just barely, because he himself has some luminescence to him from his vasculature of from his veins of metal, literally. And there's an awkward silence as he stops. I wouldn't say he's staring because he doesn't have pupils, but you guys see him stopped looking in your guys' direction in this completely encased stone space.
So is this the part where we hop in boxes, or?
You say that
in the stone tunnel.
in this tight space. Ilya, the Norn. Wretch, the Rat. And Emery, the Wooland.
I noticed they didn't say bull. I say nervously, kind of reaching for my staff.
Yeah.
You see him, he has the card in his hand from earlier. He looks at it, looks it up, and it bursts into flame, into ashes.
Shit.
He goes, "I didn't see you, and you didn't see me."
Okay.
And he walks past you and opens the door.
Nod frantically.
That was strange in all the wrong ways.
Yep. I think there was a unspoken agreement there.
I don't like it.
He leads you guys out into the alley, and he kind of leans back against the door and waits for a moment and says, "Meet me at Falheed on the southern, on the western end of Falheed Ironworks. At the in the dead of night, and I'll take you in and get you positioned. You'll be in the crates till dawn. That is when they will bring you." It's gonna be a terrible night's sleep.
All right.
With that, he turns around and walks back into the wall, essentially sliding it back into place. Okay, so it is about noon. What do you guys want to do until the dead of night?
There'd be enough room in the crate for an animal.
Hello, buddy.
So, by the sounds of it, is she said that you'll probably need 2 crates. You didn't ask him.
Can I retroactively ask him that before he leaves?
You're gonna need 3 crates? That's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll put it on the paperwork. He kind of stops and looks back and goes, how much weight are we talking?
Like, roughly the weight of, like, a wooden elk.
Alright.
Like a big rocking horse.
He turns back to this forest folk. Heading back to the wall.
That wasn't a no.
It sounded like yeah.
Yeah, he did alright. 3 grades. Alright. So you guys have probably about 10 hours to kill. What do you guys do?
I think we ought to start strategizing. That would be a good start. So now they're out of earshot of the Onyx guy. Yeah, that guy was considering killing us back there. Not sure if that was clear.
Oh yeah, he was strongly considering it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was scary. It was a scary time to be alive.
Yeah, I was prepared to have to fight him in that corridor. Kind of thinking about that as soon as an Onyx came down the alleyway.
But we didn't have to.
No,
And now we're fine.
Let that one live.
And he's lucky. Very lucky. Counts his lucky stars every day.
Yeah, that's right.
Gosh dang right.
We desecrated him. His corpse like a tombstone right in that hallway.
So as you
All right,
guys
seems a bit
are
extreme.
just talking about murdering Boswell.
Not.
Hypothetically. That guy
No, he
we
didn't deserve this, but all right.
Yeah.
I'm fucking down.
Bull leans over to Emery, seeing all this tension, and he's like, "What did you guys do?"
Well,
It's a bit of a
What they
long
did to us,
story,
man.
but I suppose we have a few hours.
You guys start walking off somewhere, telling this tale, or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't necessarily have anything I want to do other than make my summon, like, before I hop in the box. So, that's like a long or a short rest worth of time, right, folks? So.
Okay. For narrative purposes, just out of curiosity, did you guys want to go tell Wallaby what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
oh, it's probably a good idea. Huh?
Thanks.
He's too drunk to know, even if we did tell him.
Lots of food.
What all do you tell Wallaby, if you do talk to Wallaby?
No.
We have a urgently pressing matter involving an associate of ours in the city, and once that's wrapped up, we will join Wallaby on the Woodlands mission.
Okay. He seems really he's like, you mean I don't have to do any work and we're gonna make more friends? Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Huh?
It's noon, he's already drunk. It's fine.
More friends and potentially more very powerful and very violent enemies. But that's kind of how we do in this group.
More
Aren't they?
powerful and violent enemies. Did you guys tell him you guys are going to A and B Corp to try to do you guys try to fill him in on the details of your mission, or is it more like,
No.
hey, we're gonna go save Wyland, bye?
No, we're just we have a very try to be vague about it, but maybe hey, if
He's
That's a good
okay with
question.
you guys being vague because he's been holding some cards to his chest too. But there's this moment where you guys are like, all right, we're allies for a lot of stuff. we'll play nice too and put on a good face, but we're not getting in bed together. You know,
Yeah.
we guys can do your shit here. I am an informant and a guide. I'm going to stay back a little bit and not get in bed with the devil here, so to speak. So, all right. So you have that conversation, and Emery, what do you guys tell Bull?
We'll give him,
Everything. Cards on the table.
yeah, we'll give him the story, the download of like the thing with like our
So
deal
just
with
for
Jimmy
depth's
Jimmy.
sake, I saw the session where you guys were in that mansion,
Yeah.
but I don't know what got you there.
Yeah, so what we did was we ended up doing that mission to get to kind of take down the Onyx a few pegs because the Onyx are pretty much at war with the bug folk, the Tekeknu in town. Like it's like a gang war basically, but and so we were trying to help out the Tekeknu because we were supposed to be more helpful to Yevgeny earlier, and basically we were supposed to do what Wallaby went off to do and what he was talking about right when you started. Like,
You guys are supposed to go to talk to the queen for them and get them aid. Yeah.
yeah. And so he went and talked to the queen instead of us, and we were trying to smooth those waters a bit by helping them with the Onyx for now. So that's why we did that.
Do you tell them about Archek?
Yeah, I can tell them about our check if that makes sense. I used
It
to.
hasn't started the.
Yeah, it did. I didn't know. I thought they had tensions before that.
There are two gangs in the city. The Onyx, known as the Onyx, which are the Golems gang, is called the Bronze. The Bug People's gang is called the it's called the Natari.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Bug People got killed by one of the Onyx. That was Emery's friend.
Yeah.
It was also Wallaby's. The Bug People went and killed one of the Onyx as payback. And it turns out that Archek, the bug guy that was hanging out with these folks that got killed, had gone and talked to the Onyx asking them something, and that's why they killed him. He has information. Wallaby is really worried about what Archek knew that the Onyx killed him on sight for, potentially causing a war. That's why he wants to go talk to Lianenshin, which is the patron of the dead bug.
Yes.
At the end of all this, Bull's just like, so, I might get to fight one of those big guys.
Yeah. There's definitely that chance. In fact, that seemed kind of likely like 5 minutes ago, but we avoided it this time.
Yeah. Just kind of assume that if we are spotted by an Onyx, there's a strong possibility that there will be a fight to the death. Because we broke into their house and killed 2 of their people and stole from them.
Also, killing them is a big deal because they don't procreate.
Yes.
I mean, it's a big deal to kill anyone.
Wow.
I meant like culturally
And-
for them, it's a much bigger problem.
And after hearing fight to the death, Bull's like, it's only a fight to the death to the loser.
Ah.
Yeah, but fight. Someone's gonna die. Just assume that outright if we encounter an Onyx and they recognize us. The guy, Boswell, probably only didn't kill us because he had other business to tend to.
And with that, we fast forward time.
Yeah, can I make my summon?
Yeah, sure.
Average check.
Okay.
Takes me an hour to do. Oh wait, sorry, not an average check.
Should be
Easy check.
Easy with
Yeah, it's
you doing
easy.
the ritual cast.
Yeah, it's a ritual cast. It's easy.
Okay. You do it like right before going.
Yeah.
That way you don't take all that strain.
I don't know if we want to kind of like rest before. Okay. Sorry.
Relatively speaking, you guys should be free from strain and all that, except for the magic that Wretched did today.
2, 3. Okay. 3.
Yeah, you're good, and you have enough leftover advantage to either recover a strain or. Actually, I would allow you to keep from taking strain for the first few hours until we actually get into more structured gameplay.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
You can either recover one strain now or prevent the strain that you would
Prevent.
take while trying to nap in your crate.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay. All right. With that, you guys go to Foulheed Ironworks, a great manufacturing facility. It's the one with all the lava coming out of it. And underneath the pale light of the venting forges, you wait, eventually being met up with Boswell, who leads you into the storage unit of Bushman Farms. There, underneath a great bay number 7, he leads you to a pile of crates and cracks a couple to show you guys that there's a lot of like poultry in here. And some hay as well in a couple of the crates. And then he opens up, he pulls out like a tray from one of them, and it's an inlay for the thing. And says, he gestures for you guys to get it.
Suppose we should get in.
I boldly lead the way.
I hop in
Should
with
we
my
split up?
Okay, so it is Emery and her elk. It is Wretch and Ilya, and then just bowl
yeah.
to one crate.
Yeah, put the bowl in the crate.
Ilya feels something kind of scuttling around, and at first probably worries if it's an insect or something, and then just slowly the little claws just kind of meet on the other side. And he just gets a hug.
I like how the spherical tiny rat is the big spoon.
It's about the size of the spoon in his heart.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
And with that, you guys hear kind of like a coffin. The lid's getting nailed down on the crates that you guys are. I need you guys each to give me discipline checks.
I was gonna say, if Josh is good at anything, it's conveying how sinister our circumstances are.
Yeah, it always sounds bad.
What?
And it's the onyx that's putting us in these boxes,
Yep.
too.
Gosh, did we get a good night's rest last night?
Last night you did. This night you won't.
Okay.
Fuck.
A triumph 5 and 2.
Or
Jesus.
advantage?
Four
Oh,
advantage.
0 and 4.
0 and 4.
Wow. 2 success, no advantage.
Okay. Bowl and Ilya. You guys don't get to make checks for your night of fatigue in these crates because not only are you uncomfortable, but your mind is racing with all of the like terribleness of this claustrophobia and not knowing where these crates are even going. So you guys all get a night of restlessness. So you take half of your strain maximum now. The other two of you who succeeded, you get so Wretch and Emery, you guys each can roll a discipline check. A vigilance check to see how. Yeah, roll vigilance or discipline. I think it's Yeah, it's vigilance to make sure that for like staying up overnight, I believe.
Vigilance or discipline.
Is this on the cheat sheet?
No, I can. I'm sure it's on here. I can look.
It should be something about strain, healing leaves and strain over time, long rest, skin boost. Anyways, I'll allow discipline or vigilance. But each of you can roll. You take
Josh.
half of your strain total, and then you can subtract your success from that. What's up, buddy?
Quick question. I've got Desperate Recovery, which activates at 50% strain. How do you want me to do that?
I would allow you to. What does it do?
I'm looking for the specifics. I just have +2 stamina recovery. I need to look at the full layout of it.
I think you need to. It's like when you recover strain later on, that'll apply.
So you want us to?
Oh yeah, it has to be during a short rest.
Yeah, discipline, resilience, or cool was what you two could have rolled. So just recover equal to your successes.
Ouch. Wasn't better for me.
And then each of you receives a setback die for the entire next day.
Everyone does?
Yes.
Oh.
But after what feels like forever. You rolled a triumph earlier, right, Wretch?
I did.
And that was on your what check was that?
It was for discipline.
Okay. Maintaining your calm composure, did you want to try to comfort Ilya while in the container?
Of course.
Okay. You can attempt a charm check to have him recover strain.
Oh man, I'm gonna be so charming.
Ooh, we're already cuddling.
Mm-hmm.
Tee. Alright, charm. Oh, I did put a point in it. Hell yeah. Okay. So 2 and 0.
Oh, wait,
2 and 0? Okay, then Ilya recovers 2 strain. What was that,
Nice.
Andrew?
I was gonna say, just the way he's been role playing him, he should also just get a boost die on any charm check.
Okay, charming.
He should
I'm
just
charming.
spend XP on charm.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys hear some workers kind of like talking about their evening and fuck, this is heavy, and they start moving some of the crates up and back and forth, swishing it back and forth. They eventually put it on a cart. They get dumped onto it. What's up?
Sorry, could we, before we get to it, can we just do a quick little break after go to the bathroom?
Yeah, quick little break. It's perfectly fine. 5 minutes. Has anyone got any hard stop times tonight?
Or 10?
9 usually.
One said 10, one said 9.
So 9. 9 is a hard
Right.
stop? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. BRB.
I'm gonna grab a drink too then. I return.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
What's up?
I'm not Josh,
Um,
but hey.
No, but that's Josh.
I hadn't heard him yet, so. Well,
Oh, he's on camera. But the meetup that Austin was talking about, is that the Rochester meetup or is that a different one?
It's a different one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought it was next month.
Yep. We're busy over here.
mhm.
Yeah, the Little Thistle meetup is later. Dusty, when you're back, can you announce yourself?
Hi.
You're good. We're still waiting on Dustin.
Okay.
Last of Us is done right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
There might have been a bonus episode from something I saw online.
Who wants to be 1 and 2?
I'm 1.
Okay, so you and Ilya are 1 and 2. Who wants to be 3 and 4?
Nobody. I'll do it.
Okay, you and your...
I just don't know if my mic's picking up everything.
I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bull is 3 and 4, and then Emery and her elk. Ollie are 5 and 6.
Okay.
No, I'm waiting for Dustin to get back.
Gotcha. Did you happen to have a chance to double check the field or the new weapon that I had on my sheet?
Oh, crap. Let's do that quick. So take a look at your sheets.
You don't have to do that by any means right now. I just
Staff of Stunning, plus 2 damage. Here. Yeah, that checks out.
that's fine. Okay. If you were trying to say something, Andrew, I heard just like slight noises, but I don't know how your mic's doing, so.
Well, last week it seemed to be hypersensitive, and this week it, for some reason, is apparently having trouble. I was trying to ask Austin a question.
Oh, I was not catching it. What's up?
Do you know much about computers?
Pretty decent amount. Yeah, why?
So, I bought a pre-made gaming laptop that's got a GeForce RTX Ti card in it. I can't remember which one, but it's one of the higher ones. But when I'm running benchtop tests on it, for some reason it's using the motherboard bound video card. Do you know if there's a way I can switch it so that's just always running on the bigger video card?
No,
It's
I've never
not
had to deal with
detecting it when I'm running tests.
Yeah. I've never had to do things with 2 different video cards before. That's above my pay grade, I'm afraid.
I know that Dustin's built a few, like computers for in the past, so I don't know if maybe he would know too, actually.
Playing games and stuff is obviously using the bigger graphics card, but whenever I run a benchtop, that doesn't seem to activate its game mode or whatever. It just uses whatever the standard video processor for it is. Either that or it's not actually called the GeForce card when looking at the specifics.
Dusty, you back?
Does not seem like it, my lord.
We lost him forever.
No.
My bad.
He might be dead, my prosperous liege.
Yeah, he's gone.
I don't know what to do with this information. I am beside myself with angst.
Beside yourself.
And then there's muffled Andrew, who is himself with angst.
It's fallen and you can't get up.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I wonder if my microphone hole is plugged.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
If there's
One too many times dunking it in nacho cheese dip.
If there's any gaps in the story for you, Andrew, that you have questions on, to let us know.
I'm back.
Hey! Last time we left off, you guys were getting hauled away in big crates. There sounds like there's several workers who are bullshitting about themselves, and they're giving details about, one of them's got a really fat wife, and the other one's joking because at least he has kids, so to speak, with his fat wife. The other one's still no woman will get with him because he stinks too much. And then a couple of there's a female voice that speaks up that can attest to that. And the whole time you guys are bumping and moving and going along through the city, and you hear a couple of them just keep muttering about how heavy these damn boxes are, but at least it's decent pay. Eventually, they stop rolling and they mutter with some other folks, and then you hear a large clanking, clank, 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 clank. And you feel yourself jostled, and you can almost start to hear the wind pick up. Clank, 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 and it goes on for a while before it stops. You hear a blistering wind out of the side of the box as you guys are moseyed along until you hear a ruckus. There is clearly a crowd in whatever space you are in, and you hear boom, 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 some heavy, heavy footsteps and a bunch of people muttering to each other and whatnot. And then you feel the boxes as they're getting jostled around and moved, and you hear, those are for, those there? Yeah, no, those you have to go down. But we're supposed to just drop them off. No, take them all to their final resting spot. It's in the contract. And the boxes get moved a little bit further, and you hear clank, 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 clank. Except this time with no wind. And it's much less, much shorter this time too, before it stops once again. And now you hear the sound of scuttling, and eventually you hear a roar. Roar! Some metal clanging going on as the boxes get hefted, no longer in a wagon, and moved by what appears to be on hand or by pole. Eventually, you hear him go stop off, and he goes, "Oh, finally, the shipment's gotten here. The what's the word for it? The beasties are getting hungry," he says. He goes, "That's not my problem here." You feel the crates get lumped down to the ground. And he goes, "Hey, would you do me a favor? You wouldn't happen to have any crates of wine upstairs?" "Oh, bother, go get it yourself. I'm not allowed to leave my post." Whatever. He goes, "That's your problem." And a couple of the folks laugh and start leaving back from once they came. Go down here by myself. You hear him walk over. You hear a chair get pulled along stone. Sits down for a second. You hear pouring of some liquid, and hear him drinking it and slapping it back. So, well, might as well they calm down after they had a good food, had a good eating, anyways. You hear a piece of metal drag along the ground before, boom. You hear against one of the sides of 5 and 6.
Dang it.
Emery's crate. You hear boom, 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 and you can start to see a little bit of light coming in through the top. Appears to be torchlight as it flickers in the back. Some piece of metal being wedged into the top.
Okay, my elk gets ready. I hide behind it.
It keeps getting propped around from the sides. Finally, it starts to hinge upward.
Okay, when there's enough space for him to leap, he's probably gonna leap right on that board.
The top material in it, in the box, just sprays out like confetti. Apples and hay going everywhere. Is your elk attacking?
Oh wait, are you saying that we're hidden under stuff?
Yep, there was an insert.
Oh, then no, we'll be fine. I thought he was just gonna open it and we're just gonna be there. I didn't remember that there was stuff over. No, we'll just be ready to do that if we're not hidden well enough. But we won't attack you.
Okay. Opens up the top, looks inside. Give me a stealth check.
That thing that I'm great at. That's been proven
Your
in
elk
previous
needs to do a
missions.
stealth check too.
I'm probably worse than my elk. Let's see. Oh shit. Oh god. Why did I throw the die?
Automatic triumph.
3. Yeah, I like that. 3 success for me, and then my elk has an agility of 3, and I assume it doesn't have stealth because it's an elk. 1 and 2 for the pile of sticks that is an animated elk.
Your elk does what an elk do. It springs up out of the thing because it's like in the moment you're like ah, and it was like flight. I don't hide, I do flight. And so it bursts up out of the top, confetti going everywhere, and the thing leaps up out of the box. You hear the guy shout,
That checks out.
He goes, "Eve's iron!" and falls backward as this thing bursts out of the top. Okay, I need you all to give me initiative rolls.
I'm sorry, everyone.
And that's going to be stealth or vigilance.
Oh, what is this?
Huh, agility.
Vigilance.
Actually, sorry, stealth or cool.
Okay. That's much worse for me.
Stealth.
I think I have to do stealth.
Roll either way.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
0-2. Let's go.
3
How do you want us to-
and 3.
How do we figure in our setback die? Do you want us rolling black die?
Sorry, yeah, I have to add that to this. Sorry. So you said 3 and what was that?
Hold on, I didn't roll my setback.
No, I rolled it. You're good.
Oh, okay. 3 and 3.
Okay. And 0 and 2 for Wretch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
3 and 1 for me. I'm still figuring out my deer.
Okay. Bull? Your deer goes before or after you.
Oh, okay.
Bull?
And 0.
0 and 0? Okay. Ilya, you hear this noise. What do you do?
I'm going to. Well, we need to silence the threat, whatever it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of this box.
Okay. What are you going to do? What are you going to attempt to do in order to get out of the box? By the way,
Well, I saw
everyone
how it
has
was
both
loaded
of their
into
story
thing.
points, and you guys will get them back next session.
One more time.
But everyone has all of their story points, and you'll get them all back next session.
Okay. Can I try to muscle my way out? Wait, no, I have a stone cutter. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut the box open.
Are you going to spend a story point to activate Breach on your weapon, which makes
Yes.
it a siege weapon? Okay. Yeah, it's spending the story point. You slice right through this thing. You just carve the top right off. You cut through all the nails like they're hot butter.
Nice.
But that is your action.
Yeah. Okay, can I also get out of the box, or is it just
Absolutely.
getting it open?
Yep. So you just
Okay.
whoosh, you can stand up with the maneuver. And now I will put you guys on. Whoop. Oh, okay. I'll just move you all over. But what I need... the familiar. There's your familiar. Okay. So, busting out of the crates, Ilya sees this guy who's face to face with a deer and Emery.
Mhm.
Would you like to spend 2 strain to do anything else with your turn?
Can I say something to him as a free action?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell him in a calm voice, don't get antsy. No need for it.
Are you attempting to do a leadership check?
I suppose.
Okay, give me a leadership check real quick.
Do we have the turn order on the screen?
Nope.
Okay.
1 and 2.
He screams as you sliced open this thing and just jumped out with your shield and sword at the ready. You're like, don't get antsy! Meanwhile, he's like wrestling with this deer that's made of wood and glowing. Emery, what do you do?
What do I do? Well, my deer is probably going to go before me, and, well, are we already? Now I'm sorry. I'm just like, are we to the just bonk this guy, take this guy out, silence him? Like, should I not
wanna
be
bonk
attacking
somebody.
him?
Have to. He's just a guy opening crates for food for the animals.
You got about 10 seconds before your turn as you paused out. What do you do?
Sorry, I'm just trying to think for a second of how I want to handle this. Is there a way that I can try to not kill him?
Yeah, I mean, just don't try to kill him, and then that's you not trying to kill him.
No, I mean, like, just try to, like, knock him out.
Yeah, your weapon does stun damage. You can knock him out with that.
Okay. Is
Put your
that...
hand over his mouth.
Yeah, that's true. I'm too.
Might be allied with the people that smuggled us in.
There's that possibility.
Yeah.
Alright. You're wrapping him?
I wish I wasn't first, because...
You're in the hot seat.
I want to animate some ropes to wrap him up. Can I do that?
Yeah, give me a quick look around. You gotta find some ropes. Or do you have ropes on you?
Ooh, or a piece of fabric to, like, muffle his mouth, like, wrap around his mouth.
You're going to try to gag him?
Yeah.
Magically? Or
like with a scarf, like or a piece of fabric.
Yeah, but are you
not
doing
like,
it with your magic?
Yeah.
Like, throwing it and having it... Okay.
Yeah, animating the fabric, like... Just...
Okay, you can consume 2 material goods or one of any higher quality to just immediately have that at the available. Otherwise, you're going to have to look around.
Okay, I will have to look around. Yep. Sorry, it takes so long.
No problem, give me a survival check.
Everyone?
Nope, just her.
Oh.
Triumph. Let's do it. Triumph, a success, and 2 advantage.
A triumph, a success, and 2 advantage. There's not a cloth around, but there is rope, unfortunately. I rolled 3 failure.
Okay, then I will try to bind him with the rope.
Okay.
There is no cup.
Okay, so the rope is behind you, back over here. So you're going to have to move back to grab it, and then you can attempt to throw it.
Sure.
And okay, so it's going to take you a move to get there.
Yep. And then throw it.
And then, and then it's going to take you 2 strain in order to be able to do your magic to like, attempt to take it. So it's going to take you 2 strain from a third maneuver.
Perform a magic attack from an organic material within long range. Use the spell skill for attack as opposed to ranged defense. On success, target is restrained either on upper or lower body. Difficulty is equal to your success for the enemy to break free.
Okay, you said it was a ranged attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're just going to take 2 strain to throw the thing at him in general, and then you're going to do your cast. Yep.
Sorry, I don't have enough dice over here, so I have to reroll some stuff. 4 success.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you grab up the rope that's sitting there, and it looks like it's got a bucket on it, but you just throw it, and it hits him in the head. But he's wrapped up, and he stumbles backwards.
Okay. Alright, I've got him restrained to not quieted. That's my turn.
Okay. What's the use of the difficulty on the?
Is equal to uncancelled successes.
I had 2 failures, so it's an average
2.
difficulty to get out of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. He's going to attempt to break loose. Can you roll 2 purple dice? I got 3 damage.
2 failure and a threat.
Okay. Yeah, he stumbles around with this rope on him, and that's his turn. After that, it goes to Wretched.
Okay.
The top of your box has been cut off by your dear friend.
I see that. All right. Am I allowed to move freely around the space?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 movement. And walk forward, 1, 2. And then 1, 2.
Okay, the space that you're entering, you see how there's that wall there? That is an iron gate. Just so you know. So you're going to push yourself up against an iron gate. Inside, you can't really make out much, but you see a figure moving back and forth. Very large figure.
What's that?
Do you want to take a maneuver to peer into there and try to figure it out?
Sure.
Okay.
Do I need to be rolling something?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Gotcha. Agility. Oh boy, that's 2 green dice. Okay. Not looking great. 2 and 0. No, not bad.
3 and 0?
2 and 0.
2 and 0. Okay. You look in, but the sight that you see is rather unnerving. Take 1 strain. What you see... Let's see if I can... Does this do it? You see some horrid-looking beast that has the head of a worm, of a writhing worm, mounted to some sort of horse-like body.
Oh no.
There is blood all over the floor. And this thing undulates and pulsates back and forth, and it kind of looks over in your general direction and charges forth. This sucking mouth of teeth, of spiral teeth, kind of just up against the bars. You hear the guy behind with this thing smashing up behind.
Seems like a really shitty place to have to work.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, unpaid.
That is my motif. I stand my ground and look into the jaws of proverbial death. Hey guys, there's like a giant, like, did you see it? Did you see it? Do I need to go into it? Did you see it?
Bull, what do you do stuffed in your box?
You roll me an average cool check.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
2
since
threats.
you just assumed my turn was over, sir, I was gonna ask. I was kind of moving here to like kind of keep this guy here.
Oh, I thought you were like, and that's it. Sorry.
No, you just. I was gonna ask you, like, I don't know. I'm not like grappling him or anything, but that is my intent of being here, is to kind of be like, hey.
Okay, so you hold your action in case he tries to get away.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 threats, sir, on your cool check.
I passed my cool check. I'm gonna stay in the box.
You stay in the box. All right.
Attaboy.
Nice.
A bull in a box.
Ilya, what do you do? Wait, no,
Um,
Emery, right?
No.
Ilya. Okay, Ilya. Sorry, I remember you saying, why do I have to be first? But you're second. Okay.
So the guy's still like bound up, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take one more crack at trying to be diplomatic. Tell him, hey, relax. We're not here to hurt you. We are, just relax. No need to be antsy. We're not gonna hurt anybody. We're not gonna start any fights.
Sorry, I just work. Give me a leadership or a charm check, sir.
These are equal for me.
These are equal.
Oof. Yeah, that's not working. 3 advantage.
He's having a hard time relaxing with the monsters smashing against the gates in this hellhole he works in, being blitzed by what was supposed to be food in a dark, dungeony room.
Yeah.
And he's tied up instantaneously by magical ropes. Yeah, no, he's like dribbling with spit right now, like about ready to scream. Emery, wait, no, what else do you want to do, dude? That's your
can
action.
I try to? I'm gonna try to gag him with something.
Okay, looking around. I mean, do you have something on you that you can gag him with? There's food on this table. You could attempt to stuff food in his mouth, but there's already, we've decided, no rags based on a previous survival check.
There's no what?
Rags.
There's no rags,
Ah.
but you can look for something else.
Must be a bit down here somewhere with all these animals.
Where are you gonna fit a bit on the giant worm monster, though? It'd just be a hood. Yeah, I'm just gonna. There's straw laying around, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab like a big fistful of straw,
Terrible.
stuff in his mouth.
Horizontally
And then
or like linearly?
Like what?
Are you gonna stick it in like this or like this?
Sorry, I did not see that gesture.
Are you going to stuff it down his mouth, or are you going to stick it in like a rope gag? Sideways.
I'm gonna try to just like stuff it in his mouth. I don't know how to make a rope gag out of straw.
Okay, give me a brawl check.
Oh, I can do that. Okay. 5 success.
You start stuffing straw down this guy's mouth, like it's gonna be fine. And he's like, he's aspirating on his vomit now as you're stuffing straw down his throat.
I will never believe you when you say everything's
The
fine.
Nord, he just jumped out of the box and stuffed straw in my mouth.
Emery,
The
what
ropes
do you
are
do?
magic. I don't know what else to do. He's not gonna relax.
By the way, your deer jumped out of this, and now he's kind of just like doing that deer thing where he's just like walking a couple steps here and there until you give him an order.
I know.
Man.
I don't really have like a better thing to fashion. I have more rope. Rope might be a better gag, but
Then straw? Yeah.
yeah. I'll just go over and makeshift a better gag with the rope that I have in my pocket.
Okay, are you
And-
asking Ilya to pull the straw out of his throat first?
I'll just do it all. I'm not gonna ask him to do anything. I'm just gonna try to make this guy slightly more comfortable. And I'm
You're
gonna
pull the straw out of his throat before you gag him.
yeah.
Okay.
Needs to breathe.
Yeah, and then I'm going to like secure my ropes not magically. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I did the magical attack to
Alright, so
like catch
give me a
him.
survival check to gag him, and then you're going to give me another survival check to tie his ropes. And then that'll be your action and your maneuver.
I was already away from him. I can't do both.
You can if you take 2 strain.
I do not want to do that, is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Which one would you like to do?
Do the gag instead then.
Okay.
1 success, 3 advantage.
You put the gag on.
Okay.
All right.
Is that your turn?
Sounded like there was more there.
I guess, unless you're about to say something more.
Okay, it's his turn now, and you see him. As the mouthpiece starts to fall out, you have a held action, Wretch. Are you gonna do anything as he works the rope out of his mouth, and he's like coughing and gagging, and like he was wailing with the rope in his mouth.
I'm gonna get on his level. If he's taller than me and standing up, that means pulling him down.
You're at his level because he's roped out. He's roped up and kind of stumbled backwards.
I say something along the lines of, "Listen, buddy, I know this is a lot, but we need you to be quiet, okay? That's our objective, and you could do that voluntarily with straw and whatever, or we can do it for you. You get it. I'm not talking about like a friendly little surgery or like murder. Like you might be murdered if you don't just shut up.
Give me a coercion check, and can you roll 2 purples, sir?
That was the funniest coercion check. The nicest threat that I've heard.
Coercion's willpower. Let's go, dude. I don't even know that.
What'd you get? The 2 purples?
1 failure.
Okay. He struggles against the magical rope, but doesn't break free.
Yeah.
4 success, 2 advantage.
He quietly cries.
Quietly, I might add. Let's go.
Sobs.
And you're just like, shh. Alicia's got his hay.
I got a crate full of hay if you don't.
Bull, what are you doing?
Alright. Give me a hard cool check.
Alright. 4 threat.
God damn it. You hear snoring coming from the box.
So there's sobbing and snoring now. You guys can break initiative as this guy is just kind of sitting there like, I just want to go home.
I know, buddy. Me too.
All right, I'm gonna get down on this guy's level to say, "Hey, buddy, sorry about the straw, but you were kind of squealing." Now, don't say anything, because my rattan friend made it clear what the consequences would be for a lot of noise. But have you seen a centaur lately? Blink once for yes, twice for no.
He's blinking because he's been crying. I'm sorry, I said that once for yes, twice for no. I didn't see it.
Can I scare him to stop being such a pussy?
No.
That would not work.
God.
I don't know. I just keep the animals. I don't know anything.
I'm gonna
Have you seen?
make
Sorry.
sure that
Yeah, I'm
my
gonna grab
things
him.
are secured without my magic before this goes any further, because I cannot take this strain.
Give me a skullduggery check or a streetwise check. What? You can't take the strain. What do you mean?
I thought it would be. Oh, is it not strain right now?
No, it was just for the first cast.
Well, still, so that he can't break.
Yeah, no, you haven't been taking strain every turn.
Okay.
It'll wear off. It was just like a one and done. It'll wear off. So.
Okay. Okay. Whew.
Give me a streetwise check.
Streetwise?
Sorry, give me your survival check or skullduggery check.
Whoa. 4 and 2.
Okay, the ropes are secure.
Okay. Sorry. Whoever else
Okay,
was talking.
I'm gonna grab this guy's head, nice and gentle, both hands, look him in the eye. The sooner you get focused and answer my questions, the sooner the scary people with weapons will be away from you. Do you understand?
Listen,
Blink.
there's... Sorry, he's tied up. There's people downstairs. Everyone's downstairs. They use these creatures for their experiments, but I don't leave. I come up on the elevator, and this is where I'm posted. Okay, I don't go downstairs. I don't. There's no centaur here. I don't even know what a centaur is.
So, have I seen the giant worm monster?
No.
Ah, okay. So, centaur, man on top, horse on bottom. It sound familiar?
They're in the... I've seen them in town. My friend lost a game of cards to one once. But
Okay, so you haven't seen one around here.
no, they don't come through this way. They're sapient. They're sapient, right? These are all animals. The sapiens
Okay,
go down to they go to floor 2. That's where the patients are. And
Okay,
the
we're gonna
subjects
check that
are
out.
floor 3. Okay, I don't know anything beyond that.
Okay, so, which way to floor 2?
All of the elevators far into the... He kind of gestures with his head to the west, map west. He goes, the elevator's that way.
There is a lot of mortal terror that would suggest he's not lying. I'm guessing they keep the animals behind cages and bars. Oof. Okay. Now, once more. Going to go now. You didn't see us. You didn't see us. You were suddenly tied up. You don't know what happened. There's nothing more. Okay.
Wait. One other thing.
You just work here.
Which way's the way out?
The elevator. You go up. Then there's the warehouse and the service bay. There's an elevator outside. Takes you back into town. Please, could you just put the gag back in? I'm gonna lose my job.
Yep.
Oh, but first, can you actually hand me that apple over there? Can you use a bite? I've been working on the night shift, and I was about to take my break when the crates came.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll help him out.
So you feed him his lunch?
Yeah, feed him.
Okay.
Yeah. Slip him like like $5 or something too. Just like, sorry about you losing your job, but here's some.
Sorry we met you.
Ball, are you still sleeping?
I was gonna say once this was over, I was going over to the crate to open up and see if there's a sleeping bull in this box.
Ball, you wake up to. As the top of your crate gets pulled off.
And looking up and seeing Emery, and I'm like, oh, I just finally fell asleep in this damn thing.
Impressive.
I take it it's time to go.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Alright, you guys have made it into the blacklist site, but unfortunately it is time to go. So, we will pick up here on our next journey answering the